All right, Jason, not the result you would have wanted today, but I guess what were your message to the boys after a game like that today?
Again, we competed for probably 3 quarters, dropped off again in the last, right there at half time. Probably if we finished a little bit better in that quarter, we probably should have been 2 or 3 goals up, but full credit to them. They got just in front, I think, just before half time, and 4 goals was just a bit too far to come back from in the last, but the signs are there. We just need to do it for longer.
It was a game full of momentum swings. A few times there it looked like you guys were going to run away, Lauderdale bring you back, and vice versa. I guess what can you put that down to? The game was, I guess, going in spits and spurts.
It was just probably pressure. Their pressure probably dropped off while ours was high, and we got a run, then we'd drop off and they'd get a high pressure part of the play, and it was 10-15 minutes here for either team there for a while, and then they were just able to do it for longer. And at the end of the day, that's what then margin was, and we need to get better at it, and we'll train for it, and hopefully next time we meet them we'll be able to we'll be on the other side of it and we'll get the win.
Plenty of fresh faces in the team this year, 2 really tough opposition to start the season. Has it been enough across the first 2 weeks for you to really, I guess, put your hat on and think that this group can really do some damage this year?
Our aim is to get to the finals. Once we get there, who knows what can happen, but we've got full faith in everyone we've put out on the park. I think that's pretty obvious. These kids are stepping up. They just can't quite do it for long enough periods at the moment, but that's football. So we're 2 rounds into a 22-round season. So going forward, we're going to be in a really good position. But we'll just keep getting the games and the time into these kids, and then our better players as well, and our older players will again have to step up and keep leading from the front. But once it gels, I think it's going to be quite exciting.
There are a lot of good teams in the competition, even early stage you can see that. So to play some of these clubs early in the year must give you a good indication as to, I guess, where the younger guys are at and where the team's at as a whole. Yeah,
for sure. Like Glenorchy last week, everyone's talked about the way they've recruited and held their players. So they're going to be out right up there. To come down here and play at possibly one of the hardest places to play in the state, and to only lose by 30 is good. It's not what we want. We want to win, but 2 of the tougher teams in the competition, rounds 1 and 2, I don't think we can complain too much about the results we've had. The effort has been right up there, and we can't fault for that at all.
Thorpe, 4 goals in the opening half, looked really on song. I guess he's just growing into that role as coach with this group at the moment as well?
Yeah, he took some good grabs, did his usual thing, run around a few snaps, so we want him to hit the scoreboard. The delivery to him in the second half wasn't what it was in the first half. We need to get better at that and give him looks. We don't necessarily need him to kick 8 every week, but he should have. That's the reality of it. If we get the ball to him better, he will kick bags every week. But positive signs. He won't be happy with the whole game, but for him to get a touch and to play the way he did, we can't fault that at all as an off-field coaching group at the moment. So we'll keep giving him the ball and he'll keep kicking them.
A couple of young guys have shown a fair bit early in their careers, James Gillow and young Conway as well. I thought they played pretty strong games today, particularly Gillow almost as another decoy target up there for you as well.
Yeah, Jim is shot up in the last year or so, and probably isn't using that height. He was quite a small child, and now he's going into quite a long man. So he just needs to keep running, jumping at the footy. He'll get plenty of shots each week, but defenders will start to be better and better on him because of the looks he does get. Heath can't falter what he did today. He probably took a step up from last week, took some strong grabs. I don't know how many goals he had kicked on him. It wouldn't have been too many. But the more games we get into him, the better they'll be.
And Joby Harper as well, just to comment on his game, he looked to really lead from the front in that leadership position he's got as well.
Yeah, Job's game went up another level today. Couldn't falter. He was probably our best, if not our second best. So, definitely can't falter his endeavour, his want. He wanted to be in the ruck in the late sections there to really try and put some pressure on them and a bit of ground grunt. But you just know what you're going to get from him. He's just one of them guys that just goes out and does it week in, week out.
All right, mate. So, as you said just before off air, really good to get a win against a high quality opposition so early in the year.
Yeah, look, Launceston have lost a couple of players in the off-season, but they've still got a lot of quality there, and Harper, Palfreyman and Bristow running through the middle, and of course you've got their coach up forward, Thorpe, who's also a quality player. So to get out of there with a 33-point win up down here is a good start.
A bit made during the week of the rivalry between the two teams. Windy saying a lot of respect for Lonnie, but there is a fair bit of rivalry in that. Was much made of that leading into the game today?
Not at all. Actually, we didn't mention it at all. It was more concentrating on how we go about our game, and looking at some of the strengths that they've got and trying to shut those down. That's our main focal point when we do our pre-games.
Lonnie looked to get on top early, and there are plenty of momentum swings, particularly in that opening half. I guess what was the message at quarter time, and then heading into the second half for the boys after I guess both sides were exchanging blows for a little bit there?
Yeah, look, we had the breeze in the first quarter, and that's definitely the attacking end down here, and we thought we probably blew that. I mean, it took us 19 minutes to kick our first goal. They were dropping numbers behind the ball, and we weren't quick enough in our structures to try and counteract that, and we'd actually planned for that. So to allow that to happen for so long, it probably played into their hands, and in the second quarter, they were able to kick a couple of quick goals, and we had to play catch up. But to the boys' credit, they actually fought hard in that second quarter. They kicked 3 or 4 into the breeze and got ourselves back into the game. But half-time was the message, was to control the stoppages. I thought Launceston probably got the better hand of that around the ground. Centre bounces, I think we probably beat them, but around the ground we definitely beat them convincingly at the stoppages, and it's probably why we were playing chases there for a while.
So you mentioned there had to play chase up. You glad the way the boys, I guess, responded to that and were able to run away with the game particularly late? Yeah,
look, we find ourselves in the situation again where we've got a few new recruits into the team, and it takes a while to get used to the way football's played down here. I mean, Alex is from Darwin. I mean, Henry's got 12 months now, so he's used to the style of play. Truppy and Burge are also interstaters, so it's taken them a while to get used to it. But they've fitted in quite well, and they're actually learning a lot faster than some of the boys last year. And obviously Matt Elliott from Smith, and he's coached in the NWFL. Quality guy, quality player, and he stood up today as well.
I'd say with Elliott, you could even see at three-quarter time, he was giving plenty of feedback to the boys around him. To have someone with that experience coming into the team to provide that guidance and also perform on the field must be a huge boost for the club.
Yeah, look, when we heard that he was interested in coming down, I rang a few people up on the coast that I know, and I just said, look, do you know much about Matty? And I spoke to a gentleman by the name of Dale Perry, and his first thing was, mate, if you can get him, you get him. He is a great guy, and he's a really good player too. And he's been fantastic for the group and fitted in really well.
Alex Saunders, fair bit to talk about him leading into the season. Thought he showed some really good signs today as well.
Yep, and he's another guy like Henry. It'll take him a little while to get used to the speed of the competition as well as the physicality, but he's probably a little bit bigger than, say, Timmy and Kimmy that we got down last year, and he's able to probably adjust a bit quicker than what those guys did last year, and he's certainly going to be one to watch at the back end of the year.
Doesn't hurt having a guy of Sam Siggins' calibre running through the midfield and, I guess, being able to play a variety of roles for you as well. Yeah,
look, Sam probably didn't have the high possession game that he had last week, but we were able to use him in a couple of different roles. They changed their side up a little bit, so I had to throw Sam into the ruck, down back, as well as centre half forward, and having a guy 6'5" that you can throw in any part of the ground, so certainly a good asset.
Just to finish, Nick Raglione and Josh McGuinness, particularly late in the game across half back, plenty of intercept marks. You must really like the combo that those guys and the defensive unit as a whole are starting to develop. Yeah, look, we don't like usually doing that, but sort of played into our hands a little bit with the way Launceston were bringing the ball back out of our back line, and our forward line. So we were happy just to let them keep going there with the intercept marks, though, and rebounded quite well. I think we had a number of repeat 50s, so yeah, we were happy with that. And a clean bill of health out of the game today?
Say that again?
A clean bill of health out of the game today?
I think Alex Hill might have strained quad in the last quarter, but other than that, I think everyone got through pretty much okay.